श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। ஷீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கடநாதார்ய கவிதார்க்கிகேசரி வேதாந்தாச்சார்யவர்யோ மே சந்நிதத்தாம் சதா ஹ்ருதி. ராமானுஜதயா பாத்ரம் ஞான வைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம். ஈரொன்று தோப்பும் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் ஆறொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழிகள் தானே ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியோ வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர கோமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So Sharanya Vaibhava Prakasha. So we saw the word earlier chapter, fifth chapter, namely Adhikaraha, we said the name of the chapter. Sharanya Shila Prabhavaha. So it is Sharanya Vaibhava Prakasha. Sharanya Shila Prakasha, previous was the exposition or the rather revealing of the greatness of this character, the protector's character. Now we are talking about the protector's eminence. Protector's Vaibhavam is what we call richness. So Sharanya Vaibhava Prakasha. Sharanya refers to Lord, Shimanarayana. So Sharanya Vaibhava Prakasha, now we are exposed to, we are now made to understand that the greatness of the protector. We saw the character of the protector. So one of the ideas that we got from the previous chapter was Vainateya Gati, using the speed of the Garuda, the kite, I must have gone to the other shore to protect Vibhishana. I should have given shelter to Vibhishana in the other seashore. That was the good attitude of the protector. That is what we call Sheela here. So Saulabhyam and Shaushilyam. Though Vibhishana was a demon, and that was the reason why the monkeys did not accept him. And the other one is because he is already understood as a good surrenderer and as a devotee. Vibhishana was believed. So there was a lot of faith of the protector on Vibhishana that he wanted to go to the other seashore and protect, had he not come to this seashore. So ippadi Perumal aruli cheida vaarthaiye kettu. So we understand that the words in the 18th canto of Lord Rama. So Perumal aruli cheida vaarthaiye kettu. Listening to the words of Lord Rama, Maharajar refers to Sugriva, the monkey leader. So Maharajar Kuda Kuta Hridayanana Rakshasanuடைய அனுப்பிரவேசத்தாலே என் விளையப் போகிறதோ புகிறதோ என்று பெருமாள் பக்கல் பரிவாலை கலங்கி, the concern, the affection, the love that Sugriva has towards Rama was the reason for suspicion over Vibhishana. We cannot understand the heart of a person unless we go deep into his attitude. Therefore, Rakshasas are always, demons are always Kuta Hridayas. They always have secrets in their heart. They may be vile in their heart. They may be wicked in their heart. They may say sweet things outside. Hridaye tu halahalam, mukhe madhu. So they may have honey in the mouth, but the virulent poison in the heart. That's why Kuta Hridaya. Kuta is hidden. So they have hidden hearts. They have got what you call, they are double agents. They will talk in one way and then behave in another way. After some time, so Rakshasan, the Vibhishana was a demon. Therefore, Kuta Hridaya. So all the monkeys who have heard about any definition of a demon is Kuta Hridaya. And when he enters into this army of monkeys, Anupraveshatale, so Anupraveshatale, before getting towards Ravana, so Vibhishana comes here, and therefore, if we give him permission to enter into the army of monkeys, Yen Vilaya Pugurado, Endru, Sugriva was apprehensive of, afraid of, he was doubtful of whatever activity Vibhishana may commit after entering into this side. So, Yen Vilaya Pugurado, Endru, Perumal Pakkal, over the Lord Rama, Parivale Kalangi. He was very much perturbed, disturbed in his mind, restless in his heart because of his affection towards Rama. Perumal Pakkal Parivale. So Sugriva, being the son of sun, the sun god's son. The sun is what you call, is a representative of all the gods. Yesha Brahmacha Vishnucha Shivaskanda Prajapati. Mahendro Dhanadakalo Yamasomo Hyapampati. Pitaro Vasasadhya Heshwino Maruto Manu. Vayuhu Vannihi Prajapranaha Pritukarta Prabhakaraha. Aditya name gives a list of all the gods which are present in Surya Mandala Madhyavarti Sriman Narayana. So the god, especially gods, are always interested in protecting the leader, especially here Rama, and therefore Sugriva is also interested in and shows a lot of affection. Parivale Kalangi. That's why he was not ready to accept Vibhishana. Pinbu, Vibhishana Daurjanyadigalai Kati. So he showed all the bad qualities of Vibhishana. Sugriva argued against Vibhishana or against acceptance of Vibhishana. And he said to Rama the bad aspects of his personality. Daurjanyadigali, Durjanaha, a bad person, a wicked person. Daurjanyadigali Kati, Perumale Vilakka Parka. So he wanted to divide Vibhishana and Rama. So Rama, he did not want expect Rama to accept Vibhishana. So Vilakka Parka, and he tried to keep them far away from each other. Then Perumal, Rajanidhi Maryadayale, Uttaram Arli Cheda. There are two aspects of Rama giving respect to Sugriva and giving a suitable reply. Because Sugriva was a king of monkeys. And because according to the rules of the kings must be protectors of the country. And therefore, there are two aspects here. Sugriva is given honor because he is a king. He is a king of monkeys. And again, a king must know the rules of administration. Therefore, his subjects must be protected. And therefore, the monkeys as followers should be protected by Sugriva. And therefore, so giving value to these two aspects, Raja, Niti, Maryadayale. Otherwise, Rama has no chance to reply. Rama has no necessity to reply Sugriva. He need not say why Vibhishana should be accepted or not. He can simply say, "Oh, Vibhishana, come to me. So come into our fold. I accept, oh Vibhishana." Simply directly talking to Vibhishana, he would have said, "Oh Vibhishana, you are now in with us." So instead of that, he gives a reply. He gives respect to Sugriva, and then he says the rules of a surrenderee to a surrenderer. So Uttaram Aruli Cheda. He blessed Sugriva with his reply. Pinnayum, later also, Maharajar, so even after the arguments of Rama in accepting Vibhishana, Sugriva Maharajar, பெருமாளுடைய பிரபன்ன பாரதந்திரிய காஷ்டையாலிலே நாம் விண்ணப்பம் செய்த வார்த்தை திருவுள்ளத்தில் படாதே இருக்கிறது என்று புத்தி பண்ணி. It is right on the path of gods being born or incarnated as monkeys in this episode. Therefore, as a monkey, he could not understand. So, a monkey's wavering mind could not understand the exact intention of Rama. So, Thiruvullathil padade irukkirathu. Whatever Sugriva said was not acceptable by Rama, and therefore he felt that Rama did not understand what Sugriva said. Thiruvullathil padade irukkirathu. What? Nam vinnapam seida vaarthai. Sugriva's request not to accept Vibhishana is not understood clearly by Rama. That is the meaning, that is the understanding of Sugriva, misunderstanding of Sugriva. Sugriva did not understand the real intention of Rama, real power of Rama, and the argument fell on deaf ears. Sugriva's argument fell on deaf ears. That's what he said. So Rama did not understand what he said. Why? Why did he not understand? He gives a reason. Prapanna Paratantriya Kashthayalayine. Rama has gone to the extreme limit of becoming a slave to the Sharanagata. So when we understand the Charma Sloka of Rama, Sakradeva Prapannaya Tava Asmiti Cha Yachate, the surrenderer must request the Lord, must beg the Lord that he belongs to him. That's all. But once the surrenderer comes to the protector becomes in turn a slave to the surrenderer. So Rama will be a slave to Vibhishana. And therefore, that is the highest limit of a protector. Paratantriyam, the dependence on the Prapanna, namely Vibhishana. Now, please remember, in the war between Ravana and Rama, much has been relied upon Vibhishana. In order to kill Indrajit especially, Vibhishana gave a lot of specific instructions to Lakshmana. he knew, Lakshmana knew the whereabouts of Indrajit because he went to Nikumbala where he was performing a sacrifice. When the sacrifice is completed, then Indrajit will be invincible. Nobody can defeat Indrajit. And therefore, Vibhishana guided at every step all the leaders, including Rama. So Rama, Sugriva, Lakshmana, Angada, all were guided by Vibhishana. If there was no guide like Vibhishana, the war must have been a failure for the monkeys. And therefore, So every time Vibhishana had to interfere and give proper instructions when they go wrong. And therefore, Vibhishana became a leader, rather good advisor of the war, on the war. And therefore, so now this is the bad, misunderstanding of Sugriva. பெருமாளுடைய பிரபன்ன பாரதந்திரிய காஷ்டையால் இதே நாம் விண்ணப்பம் செய்த வார்த்தை திருவுள்ளத்தில் படாதே இருக்கிறது என்று புத்தி பண்ணி, having not understood Rama properly, ஒரு பிரபத்திக்கு இரண்டு பிரபத்தியாக, this is against the Shastra again. So ஒரு பிரபத்திக்கு, so for one time Saranagati, 2 times Saranagati is done by Sugriva. Why? So previously, in order to get released from the clutches of his elder brother Vali, he wanted protection from Rama. Therefore, he made a prapatti, total surrender. Now, again, when he talked about against Vibhishana, against his acceptance, then he also now surrenders to him. O Rama, please do not accept Vibhishana. This is a request in the second surrender. Rendu prapattiyaha. So we'll look at the footnote here in this page. Ko nama sabhave tasya yam yesha na parityajet. Idrisham vyasanam praptam bhrataram yaf parityajet. This is the argument of Sugriva. He says, Sugriva is unfit to say this, but he says, he was the person who is our previous illustration, bad example for deserting the brother. Whereas he says, Vibhishana has deserted the brother. Idrisham vyasanam praptam. So when Ravana is accosted with the danger of the risk, great risk of Rama conquering him, so Idrisham vyasanam praptam. When Rama's army with monkeys is ready to fight with Ravana, almost now getting near the Lanka. So Idrisham vyasanam praptam. This kind of danger has come. Bhrataram yaha parityajet. So who will leave his brother? Who will make his brother helpless? Bhrataram yaha parityajet. Saha ko nama brataha, I can say. Brata. So can we call him a brother? Vibhishana is not a good brother, as Sugriva says, because he has left his brother. What about Sugriva? Normally, many of us also do this. We commit a mistake and we blame the mistake on others, same mistake on others. So that's what, as a monkey, Sugriva did. So, ko nama saha bhavet. What is the name I can give to Vibhishana? Can we call him brother of Ravana? No. If a brother doesn't give up the love and affection and friendship toward the brother, saha, he is called the real brother. Yam mesha na parityajet. So if this Vibhishana has not deserted Ravana, then he can be called a brother. Brata, cousin. Brata in Sanskrit means cousin, not blood brother, not sahodara. Just like Bharata to Rama, just like Shatrughna to Rama, Lakshmana to Rama, and Lakshmana to Bharata, Shatrughna to Bharata, and so on. So, ko nama sa bhavet. So there is no usefulness for a brother to live if the brothers are not cooperative with each other. Tasya yam yesha na parityajet. So a brother is called a brother when he doesn't live in danger. Yeah, brother. That's what. But whereas when the risk has come, idrisham vyasanam praptam, prataram ya parityajet. So Sugrivanuக்கு sampradaya பெயர் is Maharaja. Maharaja is a great king. Sugriva is a great king because he managed crores of monkeys. If you read Valmiki Ramayana, you will not find the number of the monkeys. Infinity is the number of monkeys. So all the monkeys were controlled by him. Therefore, he is called Maharaja. So Gudahridayaha, which we saw, Marakyapatta Ennathe Udaya, a cunning demon. A demon is always cunning by nature. Daurjanya Ketta Nadathai. So Vibhishana's bad actions have been quoted by Sugriva. Then Prapanna Paratantriya Kashta, Tannai Sharanamanidavanukku Paratantrana Irukum Tanmayin Yellai. So he says, Rama's attitude is to become a slave to the surrenderer. And that will be what we call dependence of the protector on the surrenderer. So this is the highest limit. So you see the meaning of the 18th canto, 5th verse, just now we said, இப்படிப்பட்ட ஆபத்தில் இருக்கும் சகோதரனையே கைவிடுபவன் வேறு எவனைத்தான் விடமாட்டான். It is from the mouth of Sugriva that we are finding it very humorous. Sugriva deserted his brother. Sugriva did anything opposite to the brother, Vali. But he is saying now, Vibhishana, we call it pot calling the kettle black. Pot calling the kettle black is a proverb in English, which is say, when we commit something bad and we blame it on others. So, இப்படிப்பட்ட ஆபத்தில் இருக்கும் சகோதரனியே, hypocritical, right? So, when he deserted his own brother, then will he not give us up? Will he not expose us? Will he not betray us? Atmavan manyate jagatyake. So, he is Atmavan when he is good to all. So, where evanithan vidamata. What the opinion of Sugriva is, Vibhishana will do harm to the party of Rama, will give trouble to the army of monkeys, and will desert Rama, will give up Rama in the middle of the war. Pannuvom என்று இளைய பெருமாளையும் கூட்டிக் கொண்டு, so instead of making one surrender, Sugriva asked Lakshmana to surrender to Rama. So இளைய பெருமாளையும் கூட்டிக் கொண்டு, Lakshmana is also accompanying Sugriva, திருவடிகளிலே விழுந்து. So Rama's feet were approached by both Sugriva and Lakshmana. So in this case, Lakshmana was also taken as a company to Sugriva. So that is very humorous also. So Perumal திருவுள்ளத்திலே தரிக்க வேணும் என்று பார்த்து, so having two people advocating, his own brother Lakshmana as well as Sugriva. So when two people, both are, Lakshmana is going to be the king of the land. So Lakshmana will be Maharaja later. And whereas Sugriva is already Maharaja. So the two kings are now falling at the feet of, divine feet of Rama. And therefore they wanted Rama to understand. Perumal Thiruvullathile Dharikka Venum. So non-acceptance of Vibhishana must be understood by Rama. Endru Parthu, thus thinking, Ummalavil Andrike Umakku Tholanana en Vishayathilum. So now Sugriva gives instruction to Rama. So don't think of only yourself, your attitude. So remember our request also. Remember our opinion also. So please consider our opinion seriously. So Umakku Tholanana en Vishayathilum. I am your brother. Already in Kambana Talvar's Ramayanam, Tamil Ramayanam, we find that Kundru Shulvan Mahanodu Aruvaram. Kundru Shulvan Mahanodu Aruvaram. Sugriva became the sixth brother for Lord Rama. Guha was the fifth brother. The tribal was the fifth brother. Guhanodu Aivaranu. Kundujulwan Mahanodu Aruvaranu. The sixth brother was Sugriva. There is going to be Vibhishana is going to be the seventh brother. So universal brotherhood. Now Yen Vishayatilim. So in my matter, that's what he says. So Vali has been betrayed by Sugriva. So, but I am your friend. Umakka Toyanan Yen Vishayatil. Unfortunately, Rama had to depend on the help of Sugriva to search for Sita. That was the only dependence. So, Yan Vishayatilam, Bahischara Prana Bhutarana Ilaya Perumal. Vishayatilam. Now, Sugriva wants to convince Rama that they are right, that he takes also Vibhishana into his party, namely, Vibhishana is, Lakshmana is asked to accept Sugriva's contention. How is he? He says, Bahischara Pranabhuta. Rama's heart is outside. Rama's heart is inside. So one part of Rama's heart is inside, and another part of Rama's heart is outside, namely Lakshmana. So Bahischara Pranabhutara. So whatever attitude or whatever the feelings of Rama, they are propagated by Vibhishana, Lakshmana outside. All others will be made to understand the elder brothers or the eldest brothers' attitude. So Bahischara Pranabhutaha, Ilaya Perumal. Lakshmana is an echo of the ideas in the heart of Rama. So Vishayathilum, now even Prachannanai Nindru Naliyum Kidi. So what Sugriva says to Rama is, Vibhishana will be cunning, will do harm, will give trouble, and he will first attack me and Lakshmana. Instead of attacking all other monkeys, Vibhishana will attack me and Lakshmana. So that's what he says. So he will be a, what we call, truant. Vibhishana will be vile in character. So Prachannanai Nindru Naliyum Kidi. He will be inside our army, but he will always do harm to us. So Naliyum Kidi, he will make us weak. And therefore, Abhaya even Badhyan Endru Vinnappam Seyya. Therefore, Vibhishana must be killed, must be shot dead by your arrow. Abhaya even Badhyan Endru Vinnappam Seyya. Now, Itte Ketavin, so hearing this kind of argument from Sugriva's mouth, Perumal, Rama, Kalakkamadiyaga Maharajar Ilaya Perumalai Kootik Kondu Pannina Sharanagathir Kaattilum Telivadiyaga. Now, since Lakshmana's mind also is confused by Sugriva, and therefore Kalakkamadiyaga. Lakshmana also fell a prey to the thoughts of Sugriva. So he also agreed with Sugriva. Lakshmana also agreed with Sugriva. And Sugriva convinced Lakshmana that Vibhishana should not be accepted. And therefore Maharaja Ilaya Perumalai Kootik Kondu, when Sugriva came along with Lakshmana and to fall at the feet, Pannina Sharanagathir Kaattilum, then the total surrender done by both Lakshmana and Sugriva. Now, Rama is going to talk more clearly. Telivadiyaga. Telivadiyaga meaning more clearly, Rama will present his views. Now, look at the notes here. Sugrivasyatu tadvakyam Ramaha shrutva vimarsyacha. I told you the management principle is being followed. Good management principle, namely, Rama patiently listened to the words of Sugriva. Sugrivasya tu tadvakyam. Tadvakyam. When we say tadvakyam, that sentence, those words said by Sugriva, it's called either significant words or insignificant words. Important words, more important words, or unimportant words. Both meaning the word tad, tadvakyam. It also means his words, tadvakyam. Sugrivasya tadvakyam. It is misunderstanding of Sugriva and therefore they are not good words. So Ramaha Shrutva, after listening carefully, patiently, slowly, then Vimrishyacha, after analyzing them. So he thought about the words of Sugriva. He gave second thoughts to Sugriva's words. Then Tataha, then Shubhataram Vakyam Uvacha Haripungama. The monkey is the best monkey, there no doubt. Very powerful, a good leader. Hari Pungavam, Hari monkey, Pungavam the best. So Hari Pungavam, namely Sugrivam, Uvacha, Rama said. What did he say? Vakyam, he said the words. What are the words? What type of words? Shubhataram Vakyam. The value given to the words of Sugriva is also good. Shubham Vakyam. Sugriva's words also, Shubham words also are Shubham Vakyam, or auspicious words. Why auspicious words? Because all the words of monkeys, including Sugriva or Hanuman or anybody, are for the welfare of Rama. It is to ensure safety of Rama. And therefore it is Shubham Vakyam. All were interested in the welfare of Rama. They didn't want any time Rama to be troubled by anyone else. And therefore, Angada's words also, not to accept Vibhishana, is also for the good welfare of Rama, safety of Rama. But whereas the words of Rama are more auspicious, Shubhataram. So Bahischara Pranabhuta is the character of Ilaya Perumal, namely Lakshmana. He is the outward moving life of Rama. So Prachanna, Marindu, so the demon Vibhishana will attack hiding himself. And he will be the reason for attack, but he will not show himself as the real attacker. So Prachanna, and Vadhya, Kollapada Vendiyam. So Sugrivanuடைய அந்த வார்த்தையை கேட்டு ராமன் தீர ஆலோசித்து, so விமர்சிச்ச, the word is so going deep into the analysis of Sugriva's words. அதை காட்டிலும் அழகான வாக்கியங்களை, what Sugriva said was not inauspicious. They were also Shubham. They also wanted to ensure, the words of Sugriva wanted to ensure the welfare of Rama. They were interested in the safety of Rama. And therefore, now Rama says better words, more auspicious words to Vanara Rajanai Kurittu Sonnar. அழகான வாக்கியங்களை வானர ராஜனை குறித்து சொன்னார். Though as a king, monkey's king, Sugriva must be given the right judgment.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்ரம் ஞான வைராகிய பூஷணம் ஸ்ரீவத்வெங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம் கவிதார்கிக சிம்மாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமः. வாதிதிவசிரோபங்க பஞ்சாலன பராக்கிரமாம் ஸ்ரீமன் வெங்கடநாதான்ய சிரம் விஜயதாம்புவி சீரொன்று தூப்பல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அபயாதோதாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞான வைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம். கவிதார்க்கிகசிம்ஹாய கல்யாணகுணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேஷாய வேதாந்தகுரவே நமः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.